Today's video is almost a response to some people at work who keep telling me I'm not putting out any videos. So I'm putting this one out so that everybody can be happy and get off my case. Today's video is going to be about, well, it's going to be a description and an explanation of my favorite plugins that I use on my WordPress website. The first one is called 42U Jetpack Booster. The reason I use this plugin is because it allows me to redirect users of my Jetpack contact form to a page of my choosing. Now typically I don't install plugins that are not updated and kept current. This one was last updated 2 years ago, so that would normally mean no for me. I'm not going to install this plugin. However, this was the only plugin I could find that did what I wanted it to do and did it well. The second plugin I have is called Akismet. It is spam protection that comes with every installation of WordPress. It's made by the people who make WordPress, so definitely activate Akismet if you want to reduce spam. The next one I have is Jetpack. It does a little bit of everything. It has its own contact form, its own comments. It includes a CDN, which basically just allows your images to load faster. You can set up a site subscription service. You can share your posts automatically to social media websites. The one downside of Jetpack is that it is a little bit big and bloated. A lot of people complain about that. If you look in the settings, you'll see that Jetpack includes a lot of things, and I believe most of these came enabled by default. So I just went in and disabled all the things I didn't want to use and enabled all the things I did want to use. So that trims down the bloat just a little bit. But I do have a little test I want to run to see how much it really slows down my site. So what I'm going to do is, with Jetpack activated, I'm going to do a website speed test for myboringchannel.com. Okay, my performance grade was 88 out of 100, which isn't too bad. There were 75 requests and a page load time of 1.44 seconds. Let's go ahead and deactivate Jetpack. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to test my website speed again. So the test is done again, and now my performance grade is a little bit better, 92 out of 100. Far fewer requests. It was 75 before, and it went down to 42. And then 1.3 seconds load time compared to 1.44 seconds load time. And the page size is a little bit smaller. So as you can see, it does make a difference to turn Jetpack off, but it doesn't make a huge difference. In fact, the difference is very tiny, and it provides so much value to your site that it is well worth the download and the install. After Jetpack, I have limit login attempts. Once again, this plugin is a little bit outdated. It was last updated 3 years ago, but what this plugin does is very simple. It restricts the number of login attempts to your WordPress website. So if I mess up my login 3 times or 4 times, whatever it was, then I will be locked out. And this is just an added layer of security for my website. Okay, this plugin is called Nix Gravatar Cache. It supposedly caches the Gravatar and helps speed things up a little bit. I'm always trying to squeeze every last little bit of speed out of this site that I can. This next one I really like because it keeps my database streamlined. It's called Optimized Database After Deleting Revisions. This one is updated often. Let's go ahead and view details here. We can see that it was just updated 2 weeks ago, and that's a good thing. It gets a lot of 5-star reviews, and that's a good thing too. What it does when it's activated, I'll go ahead and activate it now, is it optimizes my database and cleans it up. The next plugin that I like is called Remove Query Strings from Static Resources. What this does is just help speed up your site. Like on that speed test I showed you earlier, that plugin will specifically help speed your site up so that it will do better on tests like this, which means it will load faster ultimately. The next one is called Scroll Triggered Boxes. I really like this one because it allows me to put a pop-up box on my site. So when a user scrolls down a little bit, a box pops up and gives a message. And then they can either X out the box, in which case it won't come back for a specified amount of time, or they can scroll back up and the box disappears. I really like this plugin because it's free and it's customizable and it works. The next one I have is called Updraft Plus Backup Restore. This is a completely free backup plugin. It's very full featured. There is a pro version, but you don't have to buy it. This is a constantly updated plugin and it's one of the best free backup plugins out there. The next plugin I use is called Use Google Libraries. What this does is it allows my website to quickly load JavaScripts that are common. Let me just say that this plugin allows my site to run a little bit faster and a little bit snappier. So if you've got a lot of JavaScripts running on your site, you should give this one a try. It may speed up your site. The next one I like is called W3 Total Cache. This is one of my favorite plugins. Without it, my site would be half the speed. I would do another speed test for you, but there's no point. Believe me when I say that without this caching plugin, my site is dog slow. Setting this plugin up can be a little bit of a bear, so if you are interested in using this plugin, you can always contact me and I can tell you the settings that I use. After W3 Total Cache, I have WordPress SEO. This is another very important plugin, one I wouldn't be without. It allows my site to rank higher in the search engines, plain and simple. Install it, go through its settings, and you'll see it basically shows you exactly what you need to do to each post and each page to make it rank high in the search engines. The next one I have on here is called WP Customer Reviews. This is a really cool plugin because it allows me to put a spot on my site where people can review my services. If you visit my site here and then you click on testimonials, you'll see testimonials that people have left on my site. And they're able to do it thanks to WP Customer Reviews. What a cool plugin. Okay, I use WP Smush It, which is a plugin that just runs on its own and it reduces the image size of all the images on your blog. It compresses all the images, but you don't notice a quality reduction. So it's worth it to do this to help speed up your website. And then the last one I use is called WP Social Avatar. There are a lot of plugins that do what this one does and allows you to use your avatar, your WordPress avatar, as your social profile picture. If I were to keep only a select number of these, the ones I would keep for sure are Jetpack, Optimized Database after deleting revisions, W3 Total Cache, Updraft Plus, and WordPress SEO. If I had to get rid of all but 5, I would definitely keep those 5. And the last thing I want to say is to Mr. Forget, you can quit harassing me now. Thank you. My favorite plugins. Today's video is going to be about my favorite plugins. Oh my gosh, is that really an airplane going over here? That is too loud and annoying. I'm going to let that go. Hang on, sorry. Oops, focus got off. Well, okay, there we go. Okay. What I was saying is, I can still hear that dumb plane. Okay, and why I use them. I look at